do you want to do Oprah Winfrey sort of style too? Oh, okay. All right. Very good. So our next presentation is Creating Immersive Classroom with Panoramic Vision by Weiling Deng.
Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of interesting to speak after Eric. I have to bring everybody, all the students. But okay, is it close enough? Good. Yeah, it's interesting to speak after my colleague Eric because I'm bringing everybody back indoors, but to a different dimension of panorama vision. All right. So on a bright January afternoon, 20 Champlain students transformed the entire classroom into a giant camera obscura. It's a dark room. It's a very transformative experience to sit inside a camera. And you see the upside down image coming from the outside. Through the pinhole, they crawl onto the walls and ceiling. So Champlain values experiential learning, and we spend roughly an hour sealing the entire classroom, covering every gap of light, and then students took off their jacket and covered all the digital and artificial lighting in order to experience immersive media before the digital time. So as you can see on the screen, it's really challenging for 20-year-olds to not look at their phone, because once their phone screen turns on, it spoils the entire dark room. So that was the attempt to decouple the idea of immersion from the 21st century VR technology. So in 19th century European audience enjoy themselves in the dark theaters of dioramas. So those are backlit images that turn from daylight to nighttime to daylight. Then it's a 19th century version of Disneyland. Or in the parallel universe of Champlain, you can ascend to the top of the campus to the Vista Room. It's a 360-degree room in the library where you can sit there, look outside of the window, look at the sunset in the west, or you can also turn around to look at the east window where you see the reflection of the sunset. And so the 360-degree painting is called Panorama. It was patented in the late 18th century by Ireland-born artist named Robert Barker. So the goal is to provide the audience the visual tour somewhere else. So my creative immersive classroom came from my partnership with this Los Angeles-based panorama called Valles Vese. It started in the year 2000 in a former Chinese takeout restaurant on the left, and where you can see a LA basin from 200 years ago, like the panorama in my hand. So the original size is 5 feet by 60 feet. It's LA basin painted in a muted yellow tone. Just let the image sink. So the current panorama is in a purpose-built Union Theater in LA. You leave the sunlit, warm LA street behind, walk through this cool, dark hallway to let your body cool down. And then the current panorama view is a northeastern Chinese city from 100 years ago. And you take a left turn. Here, as you approach the platform, you can start to hear the train sound, train horns. And here you can see the 2 train stations facing each other. As you ascend the spiral staircase to the platform, you can see the entire Chinese city in front of you, painted on a 2D canvas, but with a 3-dimensional false landscape between the platform and the painting. So the city was colonized by the Russians and the Japanese You're able to see both the royal palace from the Manchu Empire, but also Russian-style mansions and churches and Japanese railroads as they try to grab more land to expand their empires. And then the longer you stay on the platform, the more immersed you are. So where you stand on the platform is actually a hypothetical viewpoint. It doesn't exist, but this is the map that the artists and scholars used to make sure that all the main landmarks, including the canals and the train stations, railways, are included in this painting. But where would be the ideal panoramic standpoint, viewpoint on Champlain College that you probably want to see the charms of the older and the newer buildings, but you also probably want to see the Lake Champlain and also the Adirondacks behind. So that's the Vista Room on top of the library. So in the Vista Room, I had my class have a conversation with Sarah Vallis, who's the founder of Vallis Vese Panorama. And here you see two panoramas speaking to each other. One on the west coast of New England and one on the west coast of America. So my friend, New Hampshire-based cartoonist Merrick Bennett, sat in the Vista Room and painted this beautiful black and white panoramic comic art. Right, so two different kinds of art coming together. As he painted it, we saw the black clouds coming over. And just an hour ago before the painting, he did a wonderful workshop with all my students and some other students. So if you look at this room, it's kind of curvy, linear perspective. And that's a special skill that he was teaching us. When you draw a room, you can choose a single vanishing point to provide this seemingly straightforward vision of a three-dimensional space. But you can also choose to try a curvy linear one, which is broader, which is meant to more immerse you inside the picture, the painting. So here you have more than one vanishing point. So you have actually three vanishing points, and each of them is gravitating the light and your vision towards them. So you have both ends of the whole room inside one painting. So this is a student work. It's interesting to look at to watch them finish their work, the drawing here. It's interesting to also think that as students immerse themselves into college in the city of Burlington, how many different perspectives can you draw into one picture? The more, the better. Thank you.